Greetings fellow designers and welcome to CAD and Sorcery. It took me some time, but here I am with another video and it's about the Property Tab Builder in SOLIDWORKS. Before we begin, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more SOLIDWORKS content. In case you're not familiar with what properties are, think of them as information that are stored within your SOLIDWORKS documents, meaning parts, assemblies and drawings. This information can be utilized to communicate more details about your projects, like who is the designer, how it is manufactured, what kind of material is made of, etc. So this information can be utilized in bill of materials, drawing title blocks, notes, and if you are a PDM user, the properties can be printed on data cards. Generally, there are many things you can do with custom properties, but in this video I'll focus on the best practice on how to insert them in a document. And this can be done by utilizing the so-called Property Tab Builder. So let's begin. The Property Tab Builder can be accessed from the task pane on the right or from the Windows search. This opens a user interface which consists of three main areas. The leftmost area contains the controls or elements. These controls are used to insert information within a SOLIDWORKS document and can be inserted in the center area which contains the custom properties. And the rightmost area is the control attributes area where we can manipulate how the control behaves. For starters, we can have a message appear on the top of the Property Tab Builder, and we can choose what kind of document this property tab is meant for. For this example, I'll go with the part option. Controls are inserted within group boxes for better management. Group boxes group related elements. In the caption field, we name the group as descriptive as possible for the elements that we're going to insert later inside. Let's add another group box. Now let's add a text box within our group box. The text box is a field that accepts free-form text, dates, or yes and no values. The caption, as always, labels the element. The name controls the name of a custom property that the user creates in SOLIDWORKS. Let's type title and let's see what we've done so far. I have opened the part document and from the task pane on the right, I activate the Properties tab. If we have multiple property tabs, we can choose one from the drop-down list. This is the complete property tab, but we'll see step by step what we've done so far. As we can see, the message appears already on top, which for some reason is white, but currently I don't really care. Also beneath the group box document info, we can see the title and description text boxes. Filling the fields and hitting save stores the data within our part. But where can we see these properties? Let's go back to the control attributes of our element. You'll see that there are two choices in the configurations area. One is for document properties and the other is for configuration properties. I will use the configuration properties for all of my elements for this tutorial. So if we go back to the model and open the File pull-down menu, we can see the Properties option. Clicking on this option opens a new window. Depending on our previous choice, the properties are either stored within the Configuration or the Custom Property tab, and from there we can edit, delete, and generally manage these properties. Let's create a new text box which represents the date that the model was created. Once again, we fill the label with a drawn date caption and choose the already existing drawn date property from the drop-down menu. We change the type to date. Back to the model, we see how this control behaves. By clicking on it, you can see a small calendar popping, allowing us to choose a date. So far we use blank value fields, but sometimes we want to automatically import values to those fields. In the value field, we can leave the value blank as we do so far, enter a value, or select a predefined value from the list. For example, I will choose the material and wait here. I will also mark that these values is read-only so the user cannot modify them. This helps me to store the properties, while at the same time it protects the values from possible user mistakes. I will also make the group box collapse to let the user focus on the other fields. Let's see our results. Let's make this more interesting by inserting lists. In a new group box, I will drag and drop the list element. Lists present users with text predefined values that the user can choose from a drop-down menu. You can populate the list by entering values or importing the values from a text file or Excel spreadsheet. Back into SOLIDWORKS, the list will behave like this, giving me a set of options from which I can choose from. And back to the Property Tab Builder again, let's add a checkbox. Checkboxes are a great way to switch between two predefined values. The best thing about checkboxes is that you can control which elements are visible depending on the box state. So I can pull this list here and use a TXT document to set the available options for that list. I will also mark the Allow Custom Values field to allow the user to type their own properties. So if I go back to the checkbox and into its control attributes in the Advanced Options menu, I can choose which controls will be visible when the checkbox is checked or unchecked. Back to SOLIDWORKS again, the checkbox behaves like this, and as you can see, I can either choose a predefined value from the list or type anything I want. Let's go to the Advanced zone by choosing the list group element. This option creates conditional lists. By default, the control contains 3 lists. The first is the parent to the second, and the second is parent to the third. When a user selects an item from the parent, it determines the selections that are available in the successive list. You can add or delete lists if you want, but you must have at least 2. The list group must be connected to an Excel spreadsheet. We can also specify the range of the Excel spreadsheet. Then for each separate list we choose a column to get their values from. At this point I would like to mention that you can have a preview of the values of the list through the Property Tab Builder for any list you've created so far. Let's see the results in SOLIDWORKS. This can be done with a radio buttons element, which allows the selection of predefined values. You can have minimum 2 up to 10 buttons maximum. Each button has a label and a value. In my case, I will use the same script for both columns. The greatest part is that similarly to the checkbox, you can control the elements that are available in each state. So if I had to list below the radio buttons, I would be able to control the visibility. Let's see how this will appear in SOLIDWORKS as well. Once completed, we can see that the custom properties have been stored within our document. Now this can be utilized within SOLIDWORKS drawing environment, where we can map the properties of the model to the custom properties within the title block. The same properties can be utilized in bills of materials. And that was all about the Property Tab Builder. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more SOLIDWORKS content. Until next time, see you next video.